1051.
New York City, Connecticut, New Jersey. We have the one and only Mr. Shaggy inside the building. Definitely promoting that album that's coming out this Tuesday.
In the place.
And definitely, people, like I told you, we've been promoting this for like a couple of days now that we're going to have a special guest here. And of course, you should have known who it was going to be because I only let certain people on my show. That's right. I'm very, very, very particular.
Oh, so I should feel privileged.
Definitely, you should.
Man.
Definitely, all right?
Man, I would just think that if I'm coming here as a guest and it's some privileged type, situations, I get like privileged type treatment.
Like what? What kind of treatment you talking about, brother?
I'm saying I walked in, I ain't saying, ain't nobody out there make, claps or nothing like that. I get no applause,
So
I ain't seen the half-naked girls waiting in the walk.
This ain't Coming Back to America or whatever that movie was with Eddie Murphy, brother.
I'm just saying, I come up in here, I get no name brand water.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Listen, guy.
Phone ringing in the middle of my interviews.
Yo, New York City, Connecticut, New Jersey. Listen, we have Shaggy in the building, all right? Understand what's going here, all right? There's no games in here, all right?
Norie, what's up, man?
First time I got you in the building for.
Yeah, man, what's up?
Yo, that's crazy. Since I've been on the air about 5 years, 6 years now, you ain't never come check me, yo.
You never invite me.
I never invited you.
You've never invited me. Let's keep it real, man. You've never invited me. How many times you been in my studio, Norie?
A good few times.
All right. Didn't I invite you?
Yes, you did.
All right. How come now I'm getting an invite right now? Because I got a hot record? Is that it? I gotta have a hot record. Keep it real. Keep it real, Norie. Is that it?
All right, you got two hot records. So not just one, you got two. So technically speaking, Kiwi, that's two.
So I've earned the right to be in your presence, Your Majesty.
Definitely earned the right to be here with me. All right.
All right. So,
this is not no joke thing up here. All right. So let's talk about the album in general now, like the features you have on the album, because we know two of the songs already. We know two of the features.
Yeah.
The Barris, and then we have the Neo. So what else features you have on the album?
Well, the whole project came back because you was probably one of the earlier listeners.
Yeah.
When it was being made and whatnot. The whole concept for me was just like when you listen to Ensemble, you just kind of find like there's a void that I think is missing.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see where roots music or reggae music within itself, people are loving it. You know what I'm saying? If you look at what's going on with even like a lot of the pop, or like some of the white bands, reggae bands.
Yeah.
Those guys are playing to 30,000, 40,000 people, and it's real reggae.
Yeah.
And it's reggae that we have invented and we have kind of ignored over the while. You know what I'm saying? So, I just kind of got to a point where I wanted to do something really unique, but like bring back a little bit of the old, but do it with the Kings. Why don't we do it with the Sly and Robbie? And it just kind of came organically with just me and them just hang out, you know what I mean, on a tour, and we just decided we're gonna do it. And then they came over. They did 30 tracks the first time.
30 tracks.
Yeah, first visit they just came in and just laid 30
You know
tracks.
it's 30 tracks?
That's a lot of cooking. A lot of cooking, a lot of bass playing, a lot of everything going on.
A lot of drinks.
A lot of drinks. Yeah. Remy and et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean?
Nah, boys, I'm not gonna lie to you. If that they put that kind of time, I think that's real dope.
Yeah, they came in and did like 30 tracks, within about like a couple of days, and then they left again. We ain't touching for another year.
Oh, word.
Yeah, we just kind of, I wrote about 7 or 8 of those tracks.
Yeah.
For the initial couple of weeks.
Okay.
And then after that, I played it for them back in Jamaica, and then it was like, this is wicked, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And everybody just tore. I was touring, them was touring, and we just decided to come back and get it done. You know what I mean?
So how do you end up getting like some of the features on it? Like, I'm a bypass Barris for a second because that's like a phone call. But like Neo, how do you get like Neo to be on a track with you?
Well, the funniest thing is that the hardest collaboration was the Barris.
I can imagine. I could imagine. But I was just.
The Neo was a phone call.
That was a phone call.
The Barris was, I had to go there and kind of lived at his studio, and he walks around and
smoking a cigarette,
and smoke and drink, and then I come back the next day and he says, "Yo, bring another bottle. Let's sit and drink again." You know what I mean? It's till eventually he just decided, "Yo,
that's crazy.
What you want me to sing again?" And then I played it again, and he was like, "All right, y'all sound too much like me, you know." And he just went ahead and did. But the thing that when he did it, it was just effortless. He just went there and just knocked it out. But the Neo was easy because Neo and I have been talking about, Neo's been in Jamaica many times. I'm good friends with Deshaun and Tango. Big up Deshaun and Tango. And Neo is just a cool guy, man, and a great artist. And we talked about doing a record for a couple of years and just never did it. And then last minute when I was doing this, I heard the track. I was like, what if I just get Neo today? And I sent it to him. I know it was reggae, a little bit out of the box for him.
Yeah.
So I didn't really expect him to really embrace it. If he came back and was like, nah, that ain't my thing, I'd be cool. You know what I mean? But he came back and...
One shot. It was a one-shot deal.
Yeah, it was a one-shot deal. He came in,
but he was that kind of dope artist, though. Like, I feel like he could just...
Yeah.
One shot. Give him a track, send it, send back.
And he's one of the quickest writers I've known.
He
sit in front of you and just come up with that like nothing. You know what I mean?
So somebody's faster than you?
Huh?
Somebody's faster than you?
There's a lot of people faster than me.
I give it to you, though. You write some good records, though. I give it to you.
I just got numbers.
Look at my wall. Look at my wall.
Look at my wall, boy.
People, if you've never been to Shaggy's studio before, that's what he does when you walk in the building. He says, what? Who talking to you? Look at my wall.
Look at my wall.
Look at my wall.
You ain't got platinums and golds and diamonds on the wall. Watch all your talk to the boss.
Yo, you crazy. So let me, like, you as a touring artist.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get a chance to actually, like, sit down to work?
Oh, that's the hardest thing for me right now. I'm just at a conversation. It's even in writing, I find myself writing better. Now that we're on our own and we're doing ranch, I'm wearing many hats.
Oh, yeah, people. Shaggy has his own label, if some of you guys didn't know already. It's called Ranch.
Ranch Entertainment.
We
used to have Big Yard.
Yes.
But then in Ranch now, to stay a focus on many things, like, the songs and be creative like that. And then at the same time, you're talking to lawyers and accountants and radio disc jockeys and all that. It becomes a lot, you know what I'm saying? Then you got your own home life and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So that becomes a little bit of a juggling act. That becomes harder to me at this point. And then you tour at the same time. Like last night, we were in Bogota last night. And big up to Bogota.
Where is Bogota?
Colombia.
Oh,
yeah.
It's Jackson.
Yeah. And sold out capacity crowd. They were absolutely great. And we jumped back.
You getting one of the pictures that you did? That you do now?
Regular Shaggy picture. Just so you know.
Put your head in it.
Just so you know, there's a lot of copycats these days. I was the original doing those crowd Twitter shots, right? Just so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I be dying when I say, like, there he goes.
I be seeing some big name artists doing the same thing now. I'm like, whoa, when you're a trendsetter, son.
Yo, when you're a trend, you're a trend. You can't even go around it. I gotta look at Instagram, see if I see any of those pictures today.
Yeah, we did one. And we got in here at 5 o'clock this morning. You know what I mean? So we're on the grind. You know what I'm saying? So that becomes hard to really juggle. As far as it is,
because it's kind of hard to have your own label situation. I'm sure you have artists on your label.
Well, you've been there, but
I know, but the people want to know. Can you talk to my audience, please?
They come with at the studio. I have a thing they call me Joe Jackson. I cracked the whip.
I don't need to know.
I cracked the whip. Because sometimes they don't want to move, man. Ranch is a comfortable place, so it's easy for people to get comfortable,
Yeah.
There's food is always cooking, people smoking, they're hanging out,
Hanging out, yeah.
I used to have a pool table in there. We took it out.
Why?
Everybody play pool and nobody want to,
do the work.
Do the work, you know what I mean? I can't have a bunch of dudes just sitting around there trying to play with balls all day and not go inside and do some work. Come on, dudes. I had to take the pool table out.
Don't worry about it, Rossi. Everything is all right.
You know what I mean?
You good? Don't worry. But like that must be a whole different challenge for you. Like to have I know to be a part of a label before, whereas in like you just the artist working and doing your part that you're supposed to do. Now you have to make more executive decisions.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
The good thing is that it's a collaborative, and then you're working with people who are experienced people. Like, like there's not a lot you're gonna say with Q. He'll run a couple of things by you, just to kind of get your head. But he's kind of got, he's got his plan out. And Rossi is the same thing. You can't tell Rossi a lot of things about touring Because
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
He's been doing it for so long. Your promoter call, he could know that promoter is full of crap.
Yeah, definitely.
Just from a phone call or who he is done because he's known them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that makes it easier. You know what I mean? And then there's it's really dealing with record companies and stuff like that, which we don't deal with so much because we're independent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you still got the distributors and. My lawyer is a very good lawyer. Big up to Damien for holding it down.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of is independent nowadays and just deal with independent distributions and stuff like that. It's easier.
It's a different game. Definitely a different game. But the majors got the money, man. That's the thing that sets them apart. Especially if you're a global artist. You know what I mean? To promote records or not. We
all Googled your work already.
Yeah, but
you're not that far off.
No, but I'm just saying.
We all Googled it like yesterday. Whoa, Shaggy.
The majors got that money to basically because to promote records on a global scale is not cheap.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And you start flying over the place to do promotion, and it does get expensive, and that's why a lot of people really deal with them these days. But we have to find other ways around it.
Yeah, but you still end up paying for that.
You do still end up paying for that, but at the end of the day, too, the drawback is that the minute you start selling numbers, then you lose control of what you do. You know what I mean? Because I remember before we did Hot Shot, we just kind of did what we did. When Hot Shot happened, I started seeing my studio was filled with people with suits that I had never seen on the first record.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because now you just made 30, 40 million for them. You bet they're going to say, well, that doesn't sound like it wasn't me. And they just expect you to cookie cut it.
Okay.
And I'm like,
I dig it.
I'm an artist. I'm not going to repeat myself. You know what I mean?
And so they want you to be repetitive so they want that same hit.
Yeah.
Like
they just why can't you just make another one? What are you talking about?
Well, it kind of happens when people don't really understand your genre. They just know the dollar sign.
Yeah, but it's reggae. They don't know. I mean, I sold millions of records on Britney Spears' catering budget.
What about her beautician?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Come on, son. I mean, you seen the come on, son. You seen the operation. You know what I mean? We cram a lot of things in that little room. You know what I mean?
Make it happen.
Yeah, make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it should.
I was telling somebody that the whole Hot Shot album was mixed on two O2Rs. The whole album was made on.
A lot of people don't know what that is.
Well, O2Rs are two little mixers, two little mixing boards. I bought them secondhand for $5,000. You know what I mean? It was sold,
That's what Sting used to use?
Yeah, 50 million records on that. You know what I mean? Angel, the bass. I think the guitar in Angel was like a $50 guitar. Sting just EQ'd the hell out of it, so it sounded like it was.
How long did it take him to finish that one?
Knowing him like probably about 4 weeks. Yeah, I mean, it's little tricks like that you do. You know
Sting only joking.
Because
don't take it personal.
We ain't got Britney Spears money, son.
Yo, man, listen.
So we do what we do.
But I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I think that the album is pretty good to me. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you don't put out good albums, but this is like a real. It's a real to me as a core DJ. You know what I'm saying? I think the album is a real dope.
Well, it was
situation.
It was important for us to go back to the core. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And really kind of get a credible record. And if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. That's why I recruited the best. I brought Lenky Marsden in. Lenky, who was so for those of you who don't know, was responsible for the whole movement of dancehall, and in its high time, which was the whole Diwali album.
Yeah.
The rhythm, he did all of that, and we did Bringing Sly and Robbie, of course, and of course Sting. So you're talking three really, big Grammy-winning producers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coming on this project together with me.
This sounds expensive.
It was expensive.
It sounds very expensive.
It was, and that's probably why, a lot of people will not get this kind of sound because a lot of guys will not be able to spend and get it. Like, it was expensive. It was expensive.
As you say, like...
We flew them in and have them lived, at ranch and get it done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you add it all up, it
it sounds expensive, son. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't cheap.
Yeah,
the food bill alone.
Because they cook. That's the food.
Yeah, the food bill alone was because they see Q sees the numbers.
Yeah. So he's like, yo.
Yeah, the food bill alone is it's expensive. It's expensive. But to me, to put credible records out there and something that is going to last and be a classic down the line, and where you could play them. You play them against any other mainstream record, and they stand up. And
Yeah.
sound, despite it's a different genre, you have to. We can't just be mixing it on your laptop and putting it out.
Was the album put out in enough time for the Grammys this year, or it'll be probably for next year?
We're on the deadline. Very last day.
You made the deadline? Wow.
The 24th. That's the deadline.
That's the deadline.
That's the deadline.
Because I was looking at it, I was like, I wonder if you're going to make it the deadline. I know it's somewhere in September.
Yeah,
so you made it.
Well, we lost out on Hot Shot because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It being the biggest record in the world at that time. We got no
because of the deadline.
Yeah, no nominations, no nothing.
I wonder what's so funny about the Grammys? They be weird people you never heard of before in your life. In the world category.
Yeah,
but you always in there though. I got a little sneak peek of what's going on, but you always have something in the mix.
Yeah, don't get me started on that one. Don't get me started on that one.
No, but I give it to you, you know what I'm saying? As an artist.
I got one.
You always in the mix of it though.
I got one. I ain't got 5, but I got one.
Man, listen.
You know what I mean? Well, it's 2 things you're gonna work for. It's either you're gonna work for the awards or you work for the rewards. And I go for the rewards.
I go for the rewards.
Because I can spend the rewards. All of them with their 5 and 10 Grammys, they're collecting dust somewhere, just like mine.
Just holding up paper.
Yeah.
Paper holders.
Paper holders, you know what I'm saying? Use it for catching the word. I'm just saying, son.
I'm not getting involved in this conversation.
Grammy, to be honest with you, Grammy was really on my mind. That was more like a cute thing to make sure that all the T's are crossed and
definitely,
the I's are dotted.
Yeah.
For me, I wanted to just make a really great reggae record and work with some artists that I admire, like a Chronix.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was incredible. You know what I mean? I wanted him on the track because from when he just started, Q was telling me about that kid from when he didn't even bust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of course, Gang. I've known Gang from.
He has a track on your album.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's Junior Gang is on there. Conscience and I, we did Calabash together.
Mm-hmm.
Great artist. I just like the way he flows. I like how his work ethic.
And the Calabash rhythm was doing real good.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird. That was a weird rhythm to me.
It wasn't.
It came like boom, and then it said, and that was like, I'm like, where does it come from?
You know what? When we did Calabash a year ago, and nobody was.
Nah, son, it had to be longer than a year for me.
That was a year, right? It was a year ago. Last summer.
Some change almost.
It was last summer.
Yeah.
Last summer, and nobody was feeling it. Nobody was feeling it. And
I played it.
Yeah, well, you played it.
Okay.
A lot of DJs wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
And the dance wasn't feeling it. Sound system wasn't feeling it. And then we did the Conscience. The funniest thing is that we just did a video. We did a video for Love Me Jamaica and that one. And all of a sudden the record became big.
Yeah.
And then it was,
Yeah, what's so crazy about the rhythm, like every island has their own particular record they love.
Yeah. And it's the funniest thing
Weird.
is that we go to Colombia and in a lot of South American countries, they doing their own versions on it. Like globally is a bigger record than even locally. So, but you know me, I keep it global, not local. International. You know what I'm saying?
How many passports you been to?
I've been to. My passports are like little Bibles.
Like little Bibles, right?
Yeah, they're little Bibles.
Dang.
I stay gone. Like when you go to grandma's house or your cousin's house, and you ain't been there for a while. They give you food.
Yeah.
They make a bed for you.
Yeah, definitely.
You stay there 3 weeks. They tell you to take out the trash and cook your own food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That's how I feel about my house. I got more than one home.